Just when I thought Hollywood couldn't possibly be any dumber. Just when I thought they couldn't stop making crappy adaptations of franchises people love. Yet somehow they made, bar none, the best live action animated adaptation I've ever seen in my life. I'm not kidding. Probably number one pick with this movie. It's probably the best video game movie. It's probably the best cartoon movie I've seen in a while. It might be my favorite cartoon movie. I'm not kidding. Yeah, yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is bar none my personal favorite video game movie of all time, and I'll explain to you why.
Also, it beats well, funny enough, it ended up being the first like one of the first best video game movies.
Like
And
legit
I'm not
good. Like
counting Wreck-It
I'm
Ralph.
not kidding. It is freaking good. I had to give it a couple of watches first because I didn't know what I know how to feel about it. It's weird. Like the first time I watched it, I will say this though, I was in a really bad mood that night, and I did not know what to feel about this movie. And then when I watched it again, once again, I watched it in a bad mood. But then I watched it one night with Ultimate Super X, obviously. We decided to give another watch. I did a triple feature comparing the three movies and see which one I liked the best, which was the OVA, Sonic Movie 1, and Sonic Movie 2. And I made a point list, and Sonic Movie 2 beat both movies epically. You want to see the best of Sonic in a jam packed in a 2 hour movie? You want to see the best of everything you love about the series? Watch this movie. If you want to introduce someone to Sonic easily and you don't know what to give them to start off with to show them off his character or whatnot, show them Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And well, I'm going to get to most of the scenes in a little bit, but this is bar none the best cartoon movie I've seen. Well, maybe not best critically if you want to be a freaking critic who nitpicks everything to death, but definitely my personal favorite. And I'm not kidding, it might be my top five favorite movies as well. And I'm not taking it back. I think I found a movie that mixes live action with animation that's better than Roger Rabbit, in my opinion. Well, then again, because I am a Sonic fan after all. If you're not a Sonic fan and you never could get into Sonic, you're going to hate this movie. I'm just warning you right now. If you don't like the character, if you find him too annoying, if you don't like how he is, if you don't like the other characters, if you never could get into Sonic, you're not going to like this movie. I'm just warning you right now. If you hate Sonic, you're going to hate this movie. That's really all I have to say about the beginning of it.
Which, I mean, funny enough, when you after you like watch the movie the first time and text me and the stuff up and talk about, I was like, what? He
Like,
hated this movie? I thought it was very good. Especially when you stayed picking like the car
I did
chase
not
scene. I was
hate
like,
it. I did not hate
seriously?
this. I mean, you said I nitpicked the car chase. No, I said I nitpicked the fact that they didn't have enough tails in it in exchange for the wedding scene. And
Oh
we'll
yeah,
get to
that.
that. We'll get to that. I love the opening scene. I just said, what was wrong with me that night? I didn't think this part was that exciting when I was free. Like, was I really that mean that night and tired? I mean, I'm not saying it to force my opinion. I'm legit serious. Like, I did not just automatically force myself to change my opinion because I'm a Sonic fan. No, I'm serious. And folks, if you're gonna go in expecting like this big movie, don't. I'm just warning you right now. If you're expecting like a huge city escape scene or something like that, or the music for the games to be exactly, you're gonna be disappointed. This movie is just to let you all know, this is an origin story for Sonic. This is how his character is continuing to build up. He may be cockier in this movie, but he is still unsure of himself still. There's plenty of scenes to show that he is really unsure of himself. Oh yeah, and there's going to be spoilers in this review. So if so don't watch this review if you don't want to be spoiled, but let me finish what I'm saying. Okay. They're like
Yes. We probably
all
should
right.
say that soon, huh?
Yeah, all right. But yeah, there is a lot of scenes where there's some scenes where he is a little bit different than the character from the games in terms of being unsure of himself. They got the cockiness down hard, but he's still a bit unsure of himself in some scenes. And there's some times where he ran so fast enough he loses his power. So yeah, you ain't gonna like if you have problems with that, you ain't gonna like this characterization. I love this characterization, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. So, anyways, yeah, you can finish whatever you said.
Well, I didn't know I lost. I was going to say.
Yeah,
One second.
I guess we'll start off with the negatives because there's really not a lot of negatives I have to say. This was the scene that was like the biggest buzzkill when I first watched
Oh,
this movie.
one thing I was going to say that one thing I was about to say was again, this is like probably like the best video game movie like out there. I mean, probably better than Wreck It Ralph, which I don't know. I have mixed feelings with Wreck It
Wreck-It
Ralph.
Ralph's
It starts out
overrated.
as
I'm just being
good.
honest. Yeah, once again, I'll
I
say
mean,
this again. You know how Vanellope von Schweetz was trying to be all like the cool, freaking cute, annoying character? Nah, I think Sonic did that kind of character a lot better than freaking her.
my opinion on like Wreck It Ralph is like it starts out as very interesting, but when you get to like the whole sugar rush, in the middle ground with it, I mean, once he gets to that sugar rush game, I feel like everything goes to a strong standstill. Like I don't know, it sort of feels like less of a video game movie because you're starting to see less video game references.
Yeah, that's why I kind of found Wreck Ralph to be a little overrated. And I still stand by that. And I may get a lot of hate for saying that, but I don't care. I thought Ready Player One
Would you say?
was a lot better than Wreck It Ralph, and people are gonna burn me for saying that.
Would you say it's better than Woody Play 1?
No, I said Ready Player One is better than Wreck It Ralph.
No, I mean, would you say like Sonic 2 is better
Oh
than
heck
Ready
yeah,
Player
man!
1?
Yeah, I told you, man. It's the best video game. It's the best cartoon movie I've seen like ever.
I still need to get around to seeing that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Sonic movies is the best
um,
cartoon movie I've ever seen. Like it. You want to see a true animated live action movie? Go see Sonic 2. That movie puts the freaking cartoon characters in the forefront. Majority of the movie, it's about Sonic.
which is a lot to say, given like most anime, like most of these kind of movies don't even ever like have the main character, like the characters are supposed to be about in the limelight.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah. Like the freaking Smurfs or the Chipmunks or whatnot. But the problem is that for some reason this movie is getting unfairly criticized somewhat for that. And people going, oh, it overstayed its welcome. Or the cartoon characters were too much in it. Okay, now we're gonna get to my rant on one scene in particular in this movie that I feel like it needs to be cut down a bit. Only reason I'm gonna
I like to
rant
mention
about
one
this.
thing, which before we get to the negatives here, I want to mention one more thing before we get to the negatives here. I just want to bring up the Mario movie, like the one of the first video game movies. Even though we both have like a guilty pleasure for that, it's kind of funny how Mario failed and Sonic succeed. Mario's coming out with his own movie
let's be
very like
honest.
next year,
Yeah,
but the fact that it's done by Illuminations by all people, I have no hope for that thing. No, I
comes
don't
out
have
April of next
a
year.
single hope.
Yeah, it comes out April of next year. They
Yeah.
changed the date. Yeah, but let's. All right, here's the problem with the Super Mario Brothers movie compared to Sonic 2. Let's be real. Mario didn't really have a big story or characters as much as Sonic did. Like at all. Maybe except for the Super
Nintendo's
Show
fault for
or
not.
the Super Mario Brothers 3 cartoon from back in the day, but those are
I
non-canon.
wish Nintendo like I wish Nintendo took like inspiration from those and like used that to build up Mario's character, but no, they kind of came up with like a freaking blank slate, which that's kind of that type of video game trend is slowly kind of dying.
Yeah. Okay, let's just get straight to the negatives because I just want to get this off my chest because I don't want this to cloud the entire review. But that wedding scene is bar none the worst scene in this entire movie. It brings the movie to a screeching halt for 10 minutes of none of the cartoon characters. I know they were probably going for, oh, it's for the adults who sit in this. Okay, so why are you going to see a Sonic the Hedgehog movie if you don't like Sonic and you're making a movie specifically for that group? Why are you making a freaking scene? That's like if in Dragon Ball Z, you like if they made a live action Dragon Ball Z movie besides Evolution, like another one, Goku and the rest of the gang just run off, and then you just out of nowhere cut to this random douchebag who we don't even know for 10 minutes. That's what this scene felt like.
That feels like 99% of Resident Evil movies.
Pretty much. Hey, at least this is 10 minutes, but let me finish here. But what pisses me off is that they try to make this character Rachel look bad A, like she's this hardcore lady, and you got freaking Barracuda playing in the background, which could have been used for a fight scene during Sonic and Knuckles, but instead of using that for a fight scene, they use it for freaking Rachel shooting out of a freaking car. That's what irks me. You got this awesome sounding rock song, and you decide, nah, let's not use it for the fight scene. Let's just use it for the stupid wedding scene. God, I want to punch the freaking
Which I
person
would
who
argue
did
is
this
like,
idea. Maybe it was Paramount. I still would like to
which I
punch. I
argue
like
is
to
like
punch that freaking
the
executive in the
worst
face.
character throughout the.
Seriously, I want to find the
Which I
person who
would,
did this. I want to freaking punch him in the face so badly for using a good song for a crappy scene.
which I would argue using it for her, which is like the worst character throughout this whole damn movie. I
Yeah,
didn't
and
even like
there's
her
even
in
a,
the
and of
first movie.
course, there's a freaking cliched, oh, you're doing this for you. Did you really see? Like that freaking bull crap, you know, that cliched romance subplot. What is it with these executives that feel like they have to have at least one cliche nobody likes in their movies? Why?
Which again, which again, in reality, there's no way a man like that would get with a woman like that.
I hope Sonic 3 does not have that. Because I swear, if I go into Sonic 3 and it starts off with Sea Escape, but they don't show the whole scene, it cuts to freaking Rachel, I'll walk out the mother freaking theater. She
I
better
just
not be
want
the
that
Chris
character list.
Thorndike. She better not be the Chris Thorndike of this series. Well, she's not that bad.
True, true.
And hey,
I
hey, I will
just,
give credit though. I will give credit. At least it's one scene that lasted 10 minutes. It could have been much worse. That's why I just realized, wait a minute. It could have been much worse. Remember Sonic X, where every time goes on a cool adventure, we don't see it because it cuts to Chris. It could have been like that.
that's a very strong fair point.
Yeah, and that's why I realized, maybe I need to stop being a nitpicking little baby and just fast forward this stupid scene.
True.
I mean, it still irks me that they use an awesome song for that scene. I would have much preferred if they used a crappy song, because at least then I would not be as pissed about her getting an awesome rock theme song. Well, then again, I did remember Sonic 1 did open with Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, so that's okay.
I mean, it would have been better if like Tails was kind of like in that scene helping them, in my personal opinion.
True.
At least we have like a character a bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. Or even better, why not cut the whole scene out and give more scenes to explaining Tails' backstory? You know, like what kind of parents did he have? How did they die? How was he made fun of by his people instead of just suddenly knocking off? I mean, it wouldn't have to last like 10 minutes or anything. It could have lasted like 1 minute. Who knows? Maybe the DVD will have a deleted scene explaining it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But anyways, with all that being said, despite the wedding scene and despite the little scenes with Tom and Maddie showing up that you could easily fast forward through, thank God. The rest of the movie is freaking amazing. I'm not kidding. From the first scene where Sonic shows up, you let me explain. I'm not gonna show. We're not gonna talk about the beginning with Robotnik and Knuckles. We already know they're gonna show up and come back. There's really no need. Let's talk about the best stuff. The beginning scene of this movie is the perfect opening. It's literally 20 minutes straight of nonstop fun. I know people go, "Oh, it's just they're just redoing the thing." Like some people nitpick and go, "Oh, it's just basically like how the first movie." No, it's nothing like the first movie. You go in there, Sonic jumps off of a freaking building, running in the city, taking over a stolen cop car and driving it, with freaking police cars crashing in the background, and Sonic making freaking wisecracks about movies and stuff. That's freaking awesome. I don't care, man.
That's a very dumb comparison. I never heard that before. Or people actually saying that it's like the first movie? It's
Well,
definitely like
no,
the
no, no,
first
no,
movie.
no. They said it was the first movie from like the first half. Like it felt kind of slow to them. I'm like, what kind of crack they're smoking? This ain't slow. Maybe the boat scene, but hey, they gotta freaking explain some things.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind that. I mean, I really didn't mind that, unlike that scene that shall not be named. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's another problem I have with this movie. I didn't care for Wade that much. There, I said it. His scene should have been cut out too. Okay, but yeah, with all that being said, the freaking whole scene is just crazy. Sonic is just in there going making jokes, going the crowd goes wild. I love that part right there where he freaking throws a bomb in a freaking sewer and he goes, the crowd goes wild. It brought me back to watching Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog where he had those moments saying stuff like that. It's literally no joke. But we'll get to the one scene that I love the most soon. But I just want to talk about the movie in general. Yeah, he does that, and then he goes, "Holy crap!" and about to whole hit that car, and I'm just thinking, so many Sonic fans are gonna go say Sonic's not allowed to say crap.
So if I do have like one more nitpick to throw in is like I don't understand the size of the Chaos Emeralds. Why
Yeah,
is
that
it so
makes.
damn tiny?
I didn't really care about that. I was more fixated on the scene that shall not be named. But yeah, forget that. But yeah, the chase scene was crazy. It's just Sonic just spouting, just saying nothing but awesome puns and one-liners for like 5 minutes, man. It was just fun, just fun. That's all it needed to be, and that's what I loved about this movie. It balanced Sonic's fun moments with his dramatic moments better than the first movie. My biggest issue with the first movie is that 1 minute he's acted all happy-go-lucky and fun, but then the movie just stops for a second, and then he just frowns and goes, maybe Long Claw was wrong for just for a few seconds, and then he goes back to being upbeat. This movie balances it a lot better. It feels a lot less bipolar in my.
True. And I mean, there was a lot less sad scenes. Like I think there was only like
Well, the scene where Tails
two
gets
or
knocked
three, I
out,
think.
where Tails gets knocked out, and you felt sorry for Sonic for something that technically wasn't even his fault.
Yeah, he kind of blamed himself for that, and I'm like, that's not even your fault.
But I can understand though, and I appreciated that scene because. But we'll get to that in a minute. We're just gonna start here. Yeah, Sonic in this movie is wisecracking as ever. He is crazy in this movie. It's like Jaleel White Sonic back from the dead. You know those old school Archie comics before they became dramatic fan fictions? It's basically that characterization back from the grave. But I thought about this too, where Sonic's trying to be all like a vigilante and failing at it. I'm like, I take it back. He's not like Deadpool. He's the freaking Tick. Yeah, that's what Sonic reminds me
Take,
of. Yeah, the Tick.
I need to get back, but if I need to get back. Like I need to watch the cartoons. I've watched the whole Netflix series, and I thought
No,
that was
not
okay.
not that one. I'm talking about the cartoon. That's what he reminds me of, where he's like a comedic hero saying one-liners, calling himself Blue Justice. It really reminds me of the Tick. Like a teenager,
Yeah,
basically the Tick if he was on crack. Basically,
wish the Tick cartoon itself is like on correct.
yeah. But let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, Sonic calls himself Blue Justice because he's apparently a fan of Batman now, and honestly, I think that's hilarious. But yeah, prepare for him when he gets to that Batman comic where he claims to hate rock and roll. He's gonna freaking burn that comic.
I forgot that was a thing. Why is that even a thing?
I don't even know why. It's
Seriously.
like the most retarded comic book ever made. Um, all right, let's get back to what I'm saying. So yeah, the movie starts off with an awesome chase scene filled with one-liners, and it's just Sonic being Sonic. And then afterwards, it goes straight to him running around running back to Green Hills with that song playing in the background. And I love that opening where he's on top of that freaking mountain, cheerfully yelling, saying "Hello, Green Hills." I'm like, that's the Sonic I know and love, man. It reminded me of that scene where in Sonic X where he climbed up top of that mountain. He goes, "I found it," but better. Just like how the turtle scene reminded me of that scene where he carried that cheetah, but done better.
Yeah.
It's like this movie is trying to do everything Sonic X does, but better in every way. Yeah, yeah. So he goes back to his house, and apparently he freaking stole money that was under his shoe and put it in the bank, and he tried to go to bed, but then he has to go with Tom on this fishing trip apparently, so he didn't get enough sleep. And he falls in the water, which shows his fear of water for the very first time. But anyways, we don't have to explain all that. The fishing scene was pretty good. Yeah, it was a pretty decent scene that it kind of
I was like,
explains.
even I was like, oh shit, Sonic stole that money.
Yeah, and we'll explain what he did with the money afterwards in a minute. And you wouldn't believe it. Okay, anyways, so basically he goes home and and opens up the ring portal to have Tom and Maddie go to Hawaii. So they're out of the friggin' movie. And afterwards, he has a huge house party to himself where he skateboards around the living room and has a freaking like a like basically like a pool party but with like soap and bubbles coming out, which doesn't make sense. He's afraid of water and hates water. Yes, my nitpick right there. Apparently he hates water, but he likes bubble baths. Make up your friggin' mind.
I have a feeling he doesn't have a slim in the bubble bath.
Well, true. I guess he likes hot tubs but doesn't want to go swimming. Hey, I don't blame him. Hot tubs are better than swimming anyways. I kind of
Very
hope
true.
that, but I will say this: I kind of hope they develop his character to not be afraid of water anymore, because my problem with the freaking whole fear of water or can't go out to swim crap, it was only done because Yuji Naka apparently didn't know that hedgehogs couldn't swim when they apparently could. So it feels entirely pointless to keep that trend going.
Yeah, that's a trend that really needs to die. It's not even in the video games. If you think about it, it's
But
only
then
like in
again,
other
even if they
media.
did continue to trend, at least we got the old Sonic cartoons to show him surfing a mother freaking tidal wave and freaking surfing on top of an avalanche that he melted, but still. I love Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't care what anybody says. That's my favorite Sonic cartoon. I'm telling you, I
Same.
think Adventures of
Even though I'm a
Sonic, dude. I'm
judge
starting
for
to
liking that.
realize that Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic has more balls than any of the other Sonics, though. He freaking surfs a tidal wave, man. And these Sonics would be freaking scared to do that.
Yeah.
I think he has the most balls out of all of them. Yeah, I still think that's my favorite Sonic cartoon because it's the most fun to watch. But let's. So he has the party, and then he's home alone, and basically the power gets cut out because Robotnik takes the power. And I love this little moment right here where he has this flashlight going. Instead of him being freaking out that the power's out or anything, the first thing he freaking does. Oh wait, before we get to that, I just remembered what he did with the money. So basically, what he did with the stolen money was buy freaking Oreos through the ring portal. Yeah, money you stole to get your Oreos to eat with your freaking chili dogs.
I mean, seems like he could have bought more than one Oreos because that was like $100 that was stuck to his
And
foot.
homie, why'd you get the thin Oreos, man? Get yourself the big Oreos, homie. Get the ultra stuff. This was freaking Jaleel White Sonic. You get the freaking big stuff Oreos.
Oh, exactly. Wait, those are fin Oreos he picked up?
Yeah.
Ah, man, that's like some money.
Well, then again, he did stuck his hand to the ring portal. He probably didn't know what Oreos it is. And apparently he doesn't drink Mellow Yellow anymore either. He's a Mountain Dew guy now, if you notice the bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mountain Dew's better anyways. Mountain Dew and Oreos. I call that the Sonic. Yeah, screw Mountain Dew Doritos. If you want to do a real gamer way, get Mountain Dew and Oreos, baby. Sonic Special, baby. That's true gamer fuel. All right,
Yeah,
let's finish.
making me kind of
Okay,
angry now.
basically, the power goes out, and you would expect Sonic to be like kind of nervous or scared that the power goes out because of something happening outside. The first thing he freaking does is grab a flashlight, and go, "Ooh, Ozzy!"
Yeah, like the first thing he wants to do is like tell scary stories.
Reminded me of that whole Night of the Werehog thing. They didn't have to do that, but that made me smile, man. I'm sorry, but this is why I find movie Sonic to be more the most lovable out of each version of Sonic, in my opinion. Well, him and AOSTH Sonic, but I think I will say this: I think movie Sonic wins in lovability, man.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I just can't wait for when he gets his full confidence in the games. Imagine the lovability, but with like the confidence of modern Sonic. It might be the greatest Sonic ever.
I mean, I can really see how he handles things on like in the third movie, which I'm hearing is going to be on a bit more on the darker side compared to the
I
else.
want the tone to be darker, but I want Sonic to literally be the light. You know, make a joke, like just being even more wisecracking in the movie. You could even go for darker jokes from his character, like more darker, more mature jokes if you want. But all I'm saying
True.
is, I can't
I
wait to see
give
this. For what I've seen with the snowboard, like I said, I'll get to the snowboard scene. But for what I see from the snowboard scene, I hope City Escape is. I can't wait to see what City Escape brings. But let me finish with saying. So Robotnik and Knuckles bust in, and Sonic's like, "I don't know how you got back, but you're not getting my power. You made a big mistake coming back here." And then Knuckles shows up and beats the ever loving crap out of Sonic because he got tricked by Robotnik.
Does it look like I need your power?
Basically. Let me see. So then, after he got his butt whooped, Tails shows up to save the day and pick him up, and he freaking runs over Knuckles, which Arlo has a problem with, which is the most retarded complaint I ever heard from the guy who freaking literally is the biggest freaking lover of Detective Pikachu, which, bar none, is one of the
Uh,
most overrated
wait.
movies I've ever seen.
I never bothered to see his review. He had a problem with the
Yes,
car
he's
scene.
yes. He said, I'm not kidding. He said, if this is a Sonic movie you truly wanted, did you want to see a scene where Tails runs over Knuckles?
What's the problem with that? We had a car was
Okay,
almost ran over
okay,
people in
okay.
the
To these freaking
car.
critics out there who nitpick the crap out of everything. Okay, I'm gonna still talk while I look this footage up, so we'll get to it. But the biggest issue with this is they go, "Oh, you really want this in your Sonic movie? Is this truly the thing you want, or whatever the free?" So okay. So what it should be though, a bland, play it safe movie that is literally nothing, but just doesn't even try to do anything different. Is just completely boring and safe. Because that's what it seems
That's
like they
like the
want.
dumbest thing he ever nitpicked.
Oh,
I can't get off of that.
I'll show you it. Arlo Sonic movie, Tails. I'll just type it because there was a clip on Twitter. Not this here. I think I'm looking for it. Okay. Okay, this freaking douche nozzle. I don't think
Drives it
this.
and hits Knuckles
All right,
with it.
here it is. Here it is. This douche nozzle says this.
And then, like,
Okay, hold on. Let me bring up your stream here real quick.
All right.
If I can get it up, I might have to switch to my computer because I'm on the phone.
Yeah, if you want to follow my Twitter as well, it's Shrek the Bruce Johnson. Just let you know. So if you ever want to hear my other opinions about stuff and whatnot, without me making videos, go on my Twitter and follow me. I'm Shrek the Bruce Johnson. Figured I'd let y'all know.
Okay, let me mess with the settings here to make sure I have the volume up. Okay.
All right.
they just kind of show up to his house. Okay, that's awkward, but sure. whatever. They're gonna do something cool, and then like Knuckle Knuckles is fighting Sonic, and Tails saves him by hitting him with a police car. Like he steals a police car and drives it and hits Knuckles with it, and it's just like, okay, again, watching a Sonic movie with Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, and Tails just hit Knuckles with a police car. Okay. Like, is that the Sonic movie you would write if you were writing like, honestly, would you write that into your Sonic movie? Okay.
Yes, we would. Because it's
Yes.
funny. Because it's funny. Personally, I would actually have Sonic be the one doing GTA on Knuckles, not Tails. Freaking hitting it hard and going, yeah, motherfucker.
What does what does that treat say? I can't see you very well
Um,
because my phone's like making everything
no, I didn't
pixely.
say a tweet. I was just searching it.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
dude, who is Alo is to talk about? I can't read it. Listen that.
Arlo is trending because a lot of people seem pissed with the Sonic movie review. I wasn't mad. I disagree with some of what he said, but I do understand the reactions because some of the points he made were kind of baffling to me.
Lead me the treat. Lead me the treat.
But it's just freaking retarded. Like, see, this is what I have issues with critics now. They nitpick every freaking thing ever. They take a moment that is very funny and very cool, and they blow it up and say that's a bad thing. Okay, so everything's got to be
I
completely
I
safe
don't
and
get. I don't.
boring.
I don't get this criticism there. Like, until until took a police car and ram it into Knuckles. Is this the Sonic movie you really want? I'm like, yeah. What do you mean? What's the big deal? Sonic's always full of action and stuff like this. Why is he
Okay,
complaining?
okay. You want to talk about this? All right. The mother freaker wants to say something about that. All right. Okay. Running stuff over and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Such a bad Sonic thing. Such a terrible thing. Sonic has always sucked. This horse crap. While he goes freaking jacks off to Detective Pikachu all freaking night. As if it didn't have scenes that seemed out of the ordinary. Like Pikachu saying damn and hell out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh, like, okay, Pikachu sit down in hell, and like, Pokemon's always been like extremely family friendly, especially like, like one of the biggest examples is like 4 kids flat out like Sinsel got rid of the gun scene.
Oh, and those people that complain about Shao the Hedgehog having guns. The guns in that game were laser guns. I'm not kidding. I played the freaking game and they're laser guns.
And I'm like, and I'm like, and again, I'm like, it's like me taking that scene and going like, oh, Pikachu cursed. Is this really the Pokemon movie you really want?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the same type of mother freaker that would go, oh my god, Sonic said crap. Is this the Sonic movie you want? Yes, I want to hear Sonic say crap. I think it's hilarious. It gives it more of an edge. It reminds me more of regular shows type of language.
Well, well, Detective Pikachu's going like I
I
think
want
at
a
Peter
moment
Mill.
where just flat out Tails gets pissed at Sonic and go, it's already emotion, Sonic. You put it out of motion. You pissed me off. If they
I
did that,
honestly think
$1 million, I'd pay for that scene to happen.
I honestly think he's very very biased.
I'm
I,
sorry.
th- I think he's mad because
This
Detective
is
Pikachu is
why
being looked over
I'm this
with
close to say. I'm trying to
over
think of the
Sonic.
word. I'm trying to think of the word, but yeah, that's it. Pardon my French, but he's a freaking Pikachu dick rider.
Yeah, I mean, I came in. I mean, I remember when we both see that movie in theater. I was like, when the
Ever.
movie came out, there were I think Sis thought I was nitpicking, but I was like, I
It
don't.
is legit the
I,
most cliched movie. He acts like that movie was a cliche. The movie was full of cliches, including the most forced breakup scene ever.
yeah, and I mean, like again, boy, it's like he goes by like one single memory and goes like, oh no, I'm the one oh, that caused it all, even though there's not enough to gain much context from that. And also, again, like I felt like the I f- okay, this is like the one time I felt like the movie was moving too fast, and that was like Detective Pikachu. It's like a little too fast paced. It was like, and I'm like, okay, this is a detective movie. Detective movies are
Okay,
not meant to be like that.
okay. First off, a lot
The
of people
most
said the
slow
Sonic
down,
movie
let you stop
2,
and
a
think.
lot of people said Sonic 2 had pacing issues with it being too fast, but let's be honest, Sonic has always been fast paced. That's why it worked here. I mean, I just thought it was kind of. It took me a couple of movies watches to get used to the fast pace of Sonic 2, but then the third time I watched it, I understand what they were going with the pacing, even if critics had issues with the pacing issue. But yet, Detective Pikachu didn't get criticized for it.
Yeah, and I felt like it was a little too obvious that Ryan Reynolds was his dad, because especially
And
because
it's
like,
the most
if your
worst
dad
plot
was he,
twist I've ever seen in a movie. If you want to watch a better Ryan Reynolds
yeah, I
movie,
felt like
just go watch freaking Deadpool, all right? All right, just straight up. It's a better movie. It doesn't have a stupid breakup scene, and it's just fun from start to finish.
in the beginning was extremely slow, very slow.
The first 20 minutes sucked, all right? I'm just being honest.
Like it just starts
Okay,
out
back okay.
being
Okay,
sad,
for those
like
okay.
I'm sad that my dad did, but at the same time I don't like my dad. Blah 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 blah. It starts out me being super emo.
Exactly. Let me just get to this point. Okay, you said you wouldn't write this in a Sonic movie. What about this scene right here?
Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that seems in
And
that
in
level
oh
you get
yeah, and
chased
in the
by a damn
level,
car.
yeah, and in the level you can hit other people's cars. So why was it a problem when Tails runs over Knuckles?
I mean, heck, in Shadow the Hedgehog, you flip over buses onto aliens.
Yeah, and you could kill innocent people in that game if you want. Well, gun soldiers specifically.
Yeah, which killing is kind of like a strong word. It's just kind of like stood there was shaking.
Well, they didn't get back up. I'm just gonna say they're dead. But yeah, like this is an issue. But you freaking dick riding Detective Pikachu a bunch of freaking times is okay. And this mother freaker has the nerve to say, "You guys, I still don't know why you guys prefer this over Detective Pikachu." Well, many reasons. The human characters are a lot more, likable. Surprisingly, Sonic is a better character than Pikachu was, and the action in Sonic 2 is some of the best I've ever seen in any live action, no, any animated movie. Period.
Okay. Here's my thing. Um, what's the name of the main character of Detective Pikachu? I don't even know his name.
I don't even freaking know his name either. Yeah,
Well, anyway, what exactly is that guy's character? What is it besides moping?
he's freaking generic human protagonist. 2001. Okay, Justice Smith, Tim Goodman. His name was freaking Tim. Oh, Bill Nye was in this, and you know who Bill Nye played? Which is he plays freaking freaking what's his face Mewtwo, and let me tell you, he played a better villain in freaking Rango as Rattlesnake Jake.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I wish he did make Mewtwo like Rattlesnake Jake because that would have been friggin' awesome, but he didn't.
And like, okay, and the fact they call him like the movie's not even really consistent.
Oh
Like
wait,
he's
no,
sort of like
oh wait, he did play Mewtwo.
he's
I thought
he
he voiced Mewtwo, but I guess not.
uh
But he plays Howard Clifford, Roger's father. But still, Bill Nye did a better job playing a villain in freaking Rango, in my opinion. That is still one of the most bad villains of all time, in my opinion. Freaking snake with the machine gun for a tail. That was awesome. I think Paramount
also
so far
the movie.
made. I think Paramount so far has made some really cool cartoon movies. Rango and Sonic, especially.
Also, the movies that were consistent, like okay, he has like statues of these two Pokemons that control time and space, and yet they're going like Mewtwo. Mewtwo is the most. We're talking about the most powerful Pokemon in the world, and like Mewtwo hasn't been the most powerful Pokemon in quite a few years.
I mean, I've never really played Pokemon, so I don't know. Like I said, I watched the old anime. That's mostly what I know about Pokemon.
I feel like they like the person that made this only like watch Mewtwo Strikes Back and think he's still the most powerful Pokemon in the world, which he hasn't been the most powerful Pokemon in quite a while.
Yeah. And personally, I just that but yeah, I don't like I said like if you're okay, it's okay if you like Detective Pikachu better than Sonic. I don't give a freak. But don't act like your movie is just superior in every way just to be a freaking dick. I can't stand it when people do that. Acting like they have this freaking I'm smarter than you attitude towards you. Like I got better taste in movies than
Yeah,
you, and all it makes you want to do is jump at the freaking computer screen and punch the ever loving crap out of them because they don't know what a freaking opinion is.
yeah. I just feel like they could want to do like a whole video debunking all shit if no one else has yet.
We should just do some freak. You know what? I think I know what we'll do. I think we'll do the review first, and then we'll do a commentary on this.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
Okay.
we do that, that means I gotta switch to my PC.
All right. We're gonna do two separate videos tonight. We're gonna do the review. So let's go ahead and finish this review so we can go straight to the commentary on this.
All right.
Okay. Back to the movie. Yeah. So Tails picks
I
up
mean, at least it gives
Sonic.
me something to do. I'm trying to. While I'm waiting for Rayman's Redemption to load up, I'm trying out Rayman Advance. I hate it. The music in this sucks.
Rayman
It's like
Advance.
eel bleeding.
Rayman Advance. That game's nostalgic.
Yeah.
I disagree. Maybe because I grew up playing with it. Like I said, now if you're now, like I said, I am sorry. I had a certain nostalgia to it. Okay, but
It's fine.
okay,
It's
okay,
fine.
okay.
I mean, the gameplay's
See,
fine.
now
I
that's
just
how
think
you
the music's like,
see, audience. That's how you deal with differing opinions. I don't freaking cry on the internet acting me as superior. No, we'll get to the Arlo video on it. We'll rant about that afterwards. Let's just finish this review. Okay, so Tails picks Sonic up. Sonic is scared out of his freaking mind, going, Robotnik's back? Knuckles is back? So, we're gonna. Oh, yeah, one last thing. In this review, we'll be going over stuff, since we're gonna make this a lot faster. We're gonna skip most of the Robotnik and Knuckles dialogue or whatnot. We're just gonna go just talk mostly about the Sonic and Tails scenes. So, sorry, folks. So basically, Knuckles jumps on their car, busts up their car, and they have no choice, and they got into a little crash, which they fall off from. But Tails saves Sonic's life by flying him off, and he goes, "Oh, you got a helicopter? Your butt's a helicopter? It's a butt copter, dude." And a lot of people had complaints on that line as well, as if Sonic did make butt jokes in the freaking 90s.
Yeah, like Robotnik, for example.
And they made freaking like Robotnik in the old cartoons like thick for some reason.
Extra thick.
Anyways, so basically they go to the ring portal after Long Claw's instructions on the map and whatnot. And Sonic goes, "All right, Tails, you're coming with me on this adventure since you are praising me for being your hero, basically." I also like you think it as a way of Sonic deep down, well, not obviously saying he is saying, "Yes, finally, someone that actually appreciates me." I kind of wish he did say that though.
Yeah.
But I guess they wanted to keep it subtle. So, anyways, they go in the ring portal, and a huge blizzard is happening. So they have to go inside this bar, and a lot of people had complaints about this scene, but I love this scene, which I did not think I would, but I actually love this dance scene. I love the dance scene here. I think it's bar none one of the best Sonic moments in this movie and the series in total.
I mean, I thought it was kind of cute.
I thought it was cool actually. I mean, at first I didn't really care for Uptown Funk, but the song grew on me. Like when I got older, it's because it played on the radio so much, and once it died down and stopped playing on the radio literally all the time, I started to like the song. It's a pretty good song, and definitely gives me vibes of a Sonic Mania type song. So basically, they have this dance competition with this freaking huge, muscly guy who looks like he's about to freaking shank the both of them with his knife. Yeah, and Sonic and Tails wins the competition. And the future,
I'm still going to stand what I'm still going to stand what I said that dude basically called him a bitch.
yeah, basically. I just thought that scene was cool. Like, I still think it was cool. People said they had a problem with the animation sticking out too much during that scene, but I didn't notice it. In fact, even if it did, I still think the animation was really good in that scene.
I thought it was pretty good.
Maybe I need to see the Blu-ray. I'll probably stick out more. But yeah, that scene was fun. I think it had a perfect runtime in that scene. People say, "Oh, it lasted too long." It lasted like 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. it didn't last that long.
You guys are
People
babies.
don't choose.
So what? Everything should just be a huge, dark, and edgy backstory? You not allowed to show Sonic's fun side off? So what? It should be like this piece of garbage right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so they decide to stay the night, and Tails is appreciating Sonic for being his friend, and Sonic especially does as well after, especially after the baseball. So he's like, "Thank you for being here, man." And see, that moment I loved because it felt like that was the moment where his loneliness arc is over. It's like he's actually found a friend that looks up to him like how he wanted someone to look up to someone. And he's just happy to have someone that it likes him for who he is. Because that's the thing. Not even Tom likes Sonic for who he is at first. He was forced into his life. Tails was legit the first that actually liked him for who he is from the start. And that's why that moment where Sonic goes, "I'm so glad you're here," makes sense. And two people going,
Yeah.
their friendship is way too fast, going way, way too fast. Have you not seen the first movie? The man was lonely. So what? He should go.
And
So
same
he
thing
should be.
with Tails. Tails was also extremely lonely. He probably sees a lot of himself into Tails.
I just
Because,
still
again,
wish.
Tails
I
said
still wish
he
they
inspired him.
now. I still wish they did build more on top of that instead of having that wedding scene, just to get the heartfelt stuff a bit going. I know people would complain this way too sentimental, but you know what? After seeing that baseball scene, I think the movie deserves it. But that's just me personally. And I think part 3 there that's when the arc's over and you don't have to worry about that anymore. Unless you're talking
Yeah.
about like Shadow with Maria dying, but we don't even know what his backstory is going to be. Anyways, so they stay the night at the bar and they go straight to the mountains to go to this temple. And I'm about to discuss my absolute favorite Sonic moment of all time. I'll even show a clip if I don't get copyright striked. Should I do it or will I get copyright striked?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because Nintendo's like been very extreme. Not Nintendo. Paramount's
Paramount.
been very extreme, like trying to keep. They've been
Yeah,
like
maybe I shouldn't, but
keeping
I'll
spoils out
explain
of
it.
this.
I'll explain it. So they basically go to this temple and they got this little compass that shows them where the emeralds are going to be at. And then Robotnik shows up, finally catching up to him, and is about to steal the compass. But then Sonic decides. Then Sonic's like just blasts through the door, or blasts through the open, and destroys a robot and grabs his little thing and makes it to a snowboard. And then Sonic goes, "Okay, Tails, you go high, I go low." And there we go, my all-time favorite Sonic thing, Sonic scene, period, is this moment. You want to introduce someone to Sonic as a character? Show them this scene. Okay, so he starts sliding down the mountain, and then he starts fighting off the robots, and this is where he officially shows his more cocky side towards his enemies. The very first moment in this movie series where he show his huge cocky side to his enemies. And it is bliss in the best possible way. He starts a snowball fight with these freaking robots, hitting them with the freaking snowballs, and then the robots start building lasers to get him, and then Sonic, with his powers, decides to slow down time, and this is bar none my absolute favorite moment in Sonic history. He freaking jumps off the snowboard and starts jumping on the freaking robots, Badnik's freaking heads like it's a kiddie ride at a freaking amusement park, saying stuff like, hey, we're talking style and substance. And then they reused the whole pew 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 line from the first movie and did it even better. And I wanted to see that part done even better, and they did it in the best possible way. And I did not think they were going to reuse that line, but they did it, and it was even better as he jumps on that robot and shoots the other robots and use it as a freaking gun to blast the other robots. This is Sonic to me. He takes any dangerous, dark situation that could get him killed and he treats it like a freaking amusement park ride. That's why I love this character so much. He's just so happy in this scene and having way too much fun, and that's why I love him in this movie. And honestly, with the music, with the whole music playing in the background, it kind of like people will probably disagree with me on this, but it kind of it actually makes you feel like you're in the perspective of Sonic, like what goes inside his head. Like normally people expect, oh, it's probably gonna be like extreme music playing in the background. No, I actually think this is what actually goes inside Sonic's head when he battles these badniks and has fun. He has this beautiful freaking slow, whimsical music playing in his head as he jumps over stuff. That's why I like to imagine. I think that is probably the most you could ever see, like, being in the perspective of this character, in my god honest opinion.
Yeah, also a correction there. I don't think it's Powell slowed down his time. It's just him going so fast. Everything seems to be slowing down.
That's why, yeah, that too. I don't even think the slow mo powers is. I think it's just from his perspective. This is the most
Yeah, that's what it
perspective.
is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's basically from his perspective. Like the music playing it, that's his music playing in his head. This is what he basically sees. The games never showed it off, and you're thinking, man, what goes inside that character's head? If you ever question that, watch this scene. You'll find out what goes inside his head, basically.
Yep, basically.
I still think it's so funny, and I love this line before he does that. Where he's like, "It's too easy. Come on, challenge me." Oh man, that was the moment. No, that right there. This scene here, this scene is the return of Sonic. Not the comics, not the first movie. That scene was the return of the Sonic we grew up with. That was the scene. You know how Star Wars fans were happy when Han Solo and whatnot, Chewie got off the thing and said Chewie we're home. It's like, yeah, that's how we are. That's back to our child. No, this is back to my childhood, baby. When I played Sonic in the Black Knight and saw him grinding on those freaking rails and going, "I know, isn't it great?" as the sword goes, claiming that when they're about to fall. That right there brought me back, man.
Oh yeah, Will Smith's just having fun doing adventure and
No, just
stuff.
having fun doing the most insane, dangerous crap. You're thinking this motherfreaker's crazy.
Well, the newer stuff, they act like it's a bad thing or something.
Like in the new stuff,
Like
they
Sonic, you
never
don't
showed it
fight.
anymore. Black Knight was legit the last time. Ever since then, when Roger voiced Sonic, there's not have been a scene like that ever since. Maybe in the yeah, sometimes in the comics, but those are just comic books. This is the first time we've seen him do something dangerous, insane for fun since Black Knight. Like, no joke. It's been 12 years, 13 years. 13 years, yeah, about 13, 12 years. Since the last time he done something like this.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's what makes this scene so special to me. For all the problems I have with this movie sometimes, for every flaw, this scene alone made this my all-time favorite cartoon movie. Number one favorite cartoon movie. I don't care if you guys say it's live action. It counts. I have yet to see any movie that'll top this scene. Because there's no one else who could do a scene like this but Sonic. You wouldn't normally. Okay, let's be honest. What other character would do something this crazy? You wouldn't see Spider-Man doing that. I don't even. You wouldn't see Deadpool. Maybe Deadpool could do something like that, but he doesn't have a power to like go fast and slow down time. You wouldn't see the Flash doing this. I don't think there's any other character that would do something like this but Sonic. And that's why I love this character so much. He's so different than the normal heroes because of how cocky and smug he is. You know how the villains are always cocky and smug to the heroes, and the heroes take every situation tad too seriously? Sonic is the exact opposite of that. And that's why I love this character so much. It just feels good to see a hero just talking smack to his enemy, saying, it's a way of saying, okay, you know what? Shut up and screw off. You're not the hot crap you think you are, pal. That's what Sonic means to me. Basically, give a big fat middle finger to the bad guys laughing at your face. That's why I love Sonic so much. He basically looks him straight in the eye and just laughs at his face back.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so cool to me. Okay, okay, I'm sorry for that speech right there, but I had to get that out of my system because I haven't seen a scene this cool in years. Anyways, what'd you think of that scene, anyways?
I mean, you basically took the words out of my mouth. It was like the one of the best scenes throughout the movie. Hey, next to like the Sonic and Knuckles fight.
I think it might be my all-time favorite Sonic stunt. I know I like stuff like The Last Resort from AOSTH and freaking Black Knight and whatnot, but no. Reason why I consider this my favorite is like you take those scenes and you give them a big fat budget and just show off what it could be done with a big fat budget. That's why I love it so much. And it's funny because it feels like a callback to that one weird dream I have when I was 6 years old and I saw Sonic jumping over fire. Was that my dream alluding to this moment? If so, that's a great freaking prediction my brain got. Because he technically did jump over fire in this scene.
Probably.
Yeah, anyways, the scene ends with, like, Knuckles and Sonic, like, having this discussion about Knuckles' tribe being kidnapped and whatnot. I mean, there's really nothing else I can say about that snowboard scene. That's all I have to say. Let's just finish this movie review. We'll talk about the rest of the cool stuff. Okay, so Knuckles. So the snowboard chase scene ends, and Knuckles basically talked about his tribe being freaking like being. I forgot what it was. You explain it because I forgot.
Okay, he explains that the last time he saw his tribe, they found the location of the last location of the owls, which was supposed to be Longcaw's tribe, which is basically where they found.
Yeah,
And well, baby Knuckles wanted to go with them, but his dad told him today is not his day to shine yet. So they all went off without him, and that's the last time he ever saw of them.
yeah, and his
They went
dad was
after
probably
Longclaw, and he hasn't
and
seen them since.
yeah, and I think his dad might have murdered Long Claw, so he was an a hole anyways.
True, which I'm does that mean like kind of like brings it like thoughts here, like um so both Longclaw and the dad died, so I'm guessing like
But if the
Longclaw
but what would
probably
be
fight him
interesting
off.
now? People disagree with me, but I think what would be interesting is if his dad was still alive and he was the one that murdered Longclaw. But out of respect for his best friend, which is Sonic, he goes off and beats the piss out of his father or something like that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because that'd
But
be a cool fight
again, they
scene.
said
Just for
that he
Sonic
hasn't
to stay out of the
seen
way,
each other.
saying, "You don't want to see this, bro. I'm going to have to handle this myself. I'll do this for you. I'll handle your vengeance. So you won't have your. So that way you won't have blood on your hands." Because that would be a pretty cool, dramatic fight scene out of respect for his friend.
Yeah, it would.
I doubt they'll do that, but yeah. But anyways, so Knuckles freaking gets shocked by Tails, thinking he betrayed him, but it was an accident. Tails didn't know to not to shock him, and Knuckles goes back with Robotnik, and they leave, starting an avalanche, and Tails gets knocked out by Robotnik. And then Sonic grabs Tails and scared out of his freaking mind, which shockingly, like if this was any other incarnation of Sonic, he would probably ride that avalanche, but the reason I'll let this one go is because, once again, this is a Sonic that is still learning how to use his powers and learning to have more confidence. So, of course, he's going to be frightened in this situation. So, anyways, he takes Tails, slides down the freaking mountain, calls up Tom to throw a ring, and he throws the ring after punching what's his face in the face because he took the portal ring. And then after he throws the ring, Sonic and Tails go through in there, and the wedding scene ensues after Sonic gets knocked out by Gun. But we already talked about this scene, so let's just skip straight to Angel Island. So Knuckles and Robotnik head straight for Angel Island, and they're trying to find the emeralds there. And the next scene shows Sonic feeling remorse of Tails being hurt, thinking it his fault, which technically isn't even his fault. He didn't even get Tails hurt himself. Like, and if you would think, oh, it's probably because he's screwing around with those robots. Nah. If it was that problem, he would have got hurt then. Then, okay, fine. But here's the thing. He didn't get hurt then, so it's technically not his fault. But you feel sorry for Sonic in this scene. And you could see what I mean about him only taking situations seriously when his buddies are hurt. Which I personally believe that should be how it works. He shouldn't be serious 24/7. He should only be serious when his friends are hurt or in danger. And I think that's how Sonic should work, in my opinion. And I honestly don't think anyone else gets this character more than the people making this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so Sonic goes off to get to stop Robotnik from getting the emeralds himself. So he's like, but there's an ocean in the way and he can't swim, and he's like, water. Why did it have to be water? Indiana Jones reference, by the way. So Sonic's apparently a fan of Indiana Jones, which kind of makes sense. Makes sense. I think Indiana Jones is definitely a great inspiration for Sonic being adventurous as he is.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so he runs over the water till he basically loses his power, but an ocean comes and he loses his freaking power to run faster and gets caught in the ocean. But he gets wet. He basically goes up the shore and survives the ocean and heads straight for the temple. So he goes through this maze, which is basically like a live action built to the ground up, which is, I'm serious. There's some CGI I heard, but it's literally built from the ground up. A real life recreation of Labyrinth Zone, technically. Like built from the ground up,
Which
which
is
is
pretty cool on
impressive.
its own.
Yeah, which is impressive. Maybe the water is CGI, but other than that, there's barely anything that's CGI in this scene. So Sonic goes through this maze, and after he basically falls through the maze, it goes, nailed it. He finally catches up to Knuckles, and here comes the fight scene we've been waiting for since the trailers, which lasts a pretty good 5 minutes, which is pretty impressive on its own. It feels shorter than 5 minutes, but it actually is 5 minutes. And after the fight, which was a really good fight scene, it definitely shows their CGI capabilities off pretty well with the fight. And definitely my second favorite moment in the entire movie. Robotnik betrays Knuckles and steals the emerald, proving him he was lying to him the entire time, and basically leaves destroying Labyrinth Zone behind him. As Sonic and Knuckles about to drown inside Labyrinth Zone, Sonic saves Knuckles' life by taking him out, getting caught inside the thing. But Sonic drowns inside of it, but Knuckles saves Sonic out of respect for him saving his life. So they meet up on the beach and discuss why does he hate him
One
so
thing I
much?
kind of like, I just want to mention, like, back in that part where Knuckles found out Knuckles betrayed him, I can't help but to feel very bad for Knuckles. And he goes, like, you are my friend. I trusted you. When he said that, I can't help but to feel very bad for him, like getting backstabbed like that. He trusted Hickman, and I don't know, and he's like been alone. Probably also been alone to lose, lost everything, and met this guy he trusted, and he just like flat out backstabs him.
Yeah, pretty freaking much. It's like that scene in the room. They betray me. They didn't keep their promise. They tricked me, and I don't care anymore. Anyway, so they have this discussion about being friends and whatnot, and basically Sonic learning respect and whatnot. Said he learned it from his Tom. It's a Wachowski special apparently. So, anyways, Tails picks him up, come basically being alive the entire time. Well, obviously after being knocked out. So he takes the helicopter. I mean, not the helicopter, I mean the airplane, and picks up Sonic and Knuckles to
Well, funny
basically
enough,
stop
he like
Robotnik.
basically stole the airplane from Beck, because that if you remember that airplane was originally was used like at the wedding to like celebrate their wedding,
Yeah,
holding that
but
little
we're not
file on it.
mentioning that freaking scene. Like I said, already said enough. That
True.
scene does not exist, alright? There is no wedding scene. It does not exist, okay? Okay.
I would say like this. I did find it funny. Well, Tom screwed up and he had the wrong ring when he's trying to save Sonic.
But like I said, I really hope by part 3 we get, like, no more Sonic need to be saved and whatnot. Like, he shows full confidence himself. I hope part 3 shows more of that off. There's one wish. I hope that part 3 there's more of that, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I do understand that this is still an origin story for Sonic, which is okay in my opinion. Just have him having confidence. As long as they got the cockiness down, I could be a little patient, and that's what they did. So basically, Tails picks some up, and Robotnik, absorbed with power, builds his own version of the Death Egg robot from Sonic 2, but animated. So they go off and they have this huge battle with Robotnik, and it was a really great scene, in my honest opinion. Definitely one of the best moments in the movie. Third place to the Knuckles fight, and definitely does not beat the snowboard scene. I'm surprised to say that, because I thought this was going to be my number one favorite scene, but no. I still think the snowboard scene's my favorite. Because I'm still glad they showed that fun side off again.
I also feel like it's one of like uh Sonic and Tails and Knuckles' best moments, especially when Tails snuck into the Death Egg robot.
Yeah, Tails is really this is the best version of Tails yet, and that's what irks me that we didn't see enough of him. Because I actually love Tails in this movie more than the games. Because he actually has a freaking personality for once.
Definitely unlike how he was handled in Lost World and Forces.
Let's be real. If movie Sonic saw Sonic, like I know, if movie Sonic ever saw Fleetway Sonic being a douchebag to Knuckles, I think he would probably kill him. Like no joke, probably would end up killing him.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing that'll piss movie Sonic off the most is never betray your friends. Or be a douchebag to him. Okay, anyways, we're gonna shorten this up, so all I say is watch the movie for yourself to see this entire scene, which is a really great scene. So basically Tom and Maddie show up at the very end of this whole fight, and Sonic basically being tired from his power, losing his power from being tired from it. They're about to die, basically being about to get killed by Robotnik, and he goes, I love you guys. And then the emeralds come out of the big emerald, and he becomes supersonic for the first time. And surprisingly, there was no hype in the theater from what I've seen, from what I'm in the theater when I watched it that one time. I told you, it was the most boring, freaking, surprisingly, most silent experience. It's literally silent the entire time. Not one person was screaming in the
That's a
theater.
bullying crowd.
Yeah, you guys are lame, man.
Because I was like orgasming when I saw Supersonic.
Yeah, super.
Damn
Well, I accidentally got spoiled on that scene thanks to McDonald's.
it, McDonald's. 'Cause that's just why I avoid stuff like this, like the plague.
So he defeats Robotnik after using the O6 tap, and Sonic goes, and then Robotnik just literally just accepts his fate. He just accepts his fate. He doesn't even care anymore. He's like, all right, be that way. Well, his freaking fate is unknown. It's whether or not Jim Carrey comes back. Anyways, the movie ends with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles playing baseball, and Sonic finally having the family and friends he always wanted. And the Emerald inside the icebox. The end. And let me tell you, that was one hell of a ride. That's all I really have to say. There's really nothing else. I will say that the movie does need trimming issues. I'm not saying the runtime is too long, like these idiot critics are saying. All I'm saying is the live action bits, the scenes that are pointless, needs to be cut down. The animation bits, keep as is. The animation bits are perfect. Perfectly paced. The live action bits, not the Jim Carrey bits. Jim Carrey bits are perfect. I'm talking about everyone else. Needs to be cut and trimmed down a bit. But besides that, once you trim down those bits, but besides that point, I'm going to give this movie an overall score, a 9.5 out of 10. Despite the flaws, and I'm thinking, oh, that's way too high. Well, there's a thing called you can fast forward those scenes. So really, if it's the scenes that are easy to fast forward, is it really that big of a problem?
Nope.
Because this is the best. Like, once you cut those live action bits, it's basically the best of Sonic. Just what all the filler effect cut down in a 1 hour and 40-minute pace. Just a 1 hour
Should
and
we
40
talk
minute
about
adrenaline ride once you cut out all the boring bits out. You want to
should
introduce
we talk
someone to.
about
I'll tell you in a second. Let me finish. If anyone wants to, if you want to introduce someone to Sonic the freaking Hedgehog himself and you don't know what to choose, pick this movie. Definitely a great way to introduce someone to the series. This movie is just kick A entertainment from start to finish. Once you cut out the boring bits, just kick A cartoon action entertainment. Just fun all around. Cool action bits, funny one-liners, great pop culture references, a decent soundtrack. Still needs a bit more rock and roll, but hopefully Sonic 3 will help with that. And overall, a great time. Now, if you're not a Sonic fan, I don't recommend it, because this movie is definitely for the Sonic fans like me. Definitely would not recommend it if you hate the series. But if you want to get into the series, watch this movie and you'll know if you'll like it or not. Okay, now what are you about to say?
should we talk about the uh music to thank you. Oh, should we talk about the ending scene
Yeah, I said
and the
Sonic.
sequels?
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Shadow shows up at the end. Okay, anyways, about
Yeah.
Shadow, I wonder how they're gonna handle like Maria's death and whatnot in the movies. I say they really need to go for a PG-13 if they can't handle it. I just don't understand why these movies are so afraid to go to a PG-13. Marvel movies are considered family movies, for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like
Unless they find some way to do it with the PG rating, then fine. I guarantee if they kept
Again,
that
I
real,
have.
like for some reason with the first, like
I,
if you had a realistic design, they would have went a full PG-13. But for some reason, oh, cartoonish means it's got to be more for kids. We got to make it PG. That's what I'll never understand.
I have heard that this movie is going to be. I mean, the sequel is going to be a bit darker. And if that's true, I mean, this makes sense given, well, Xiao's backstory.
Now I don't want Sonic's side of the story to be darker. I want basically all his hardships and whatnot and lengths and failures to just be over in part three. Like not just well, not instantly. I would just like to see the build up to his confidence in this one. I want to see him get more confident and just become the Sonic we know and love, while being like Jaleel White's Sonic at the same time. Just basically a mixture between the movie Sonic we know and a bit of the confidence, the cockiness of Jaleel, and the confidence and wisdom of Jason Sonic. That's all I really want to see in part three, his character to develop into.
Yeah, same here.
He's shown a little bit of that Jason wisdom when he talked about family by the end of the movie, but I kind of hope by part three they have a little bit more like that. Especially with like Shadow being in the picture and whatnot.
Yeah, I really want to see how they handle Shadow.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, we're gonna end this review here, but we're gonna make another video commentating over Arlo's video of his Sonic review. So stick around for that. This is Hail to the King
Yeah, I'm
OO.
going to have fun with that.
This is Hail to the King OO.
And Cobalt or Optimistic Pricks, depending on what name I'm going to go with.
Signing off.